As the class of 2019 nears the end of our last year at STA, I think it's time for some reflection. We entered St. Thomas Academy on August 25th, 2015, and the academy we began at is not the same academy that we depart from in 18 days. It's no secret that a lot has changed around here. Upon further examination, I realized that the class of 2019 has been through an alarming amount of change. I'm not saying that change is necessarily a bad thing. In fact, nearly all the change around STA has been innovation which pushes the school closer to its mission statement and core values. Having realized this innovation and progress, I am concerned about the security of tradition and small nuances that make STA so great. In order for you all to formulate your own opinion about the change around here, we have to examine the facts. For the sake of nostalgia and investigation, let's go back to 2015 and examine what has changed in the last 4 years. The class of 2019's time at STA has coincided with a transitionary period, and one area that has transitioned the most is the faculty and staff. The religion and English departments have lost 6 of their original 14 members from 2015, including longtime greats Mr. Weber and Ms. Doyle. The math department has had the most turnover, with only 2 of the original 6 teachers remaining today. This includes Mr. Smith, who took a 2-year vacation from the academy. Sadly, the 9 lunchroom employees have moved on, along with Taher. Some faculty have changed positions or even departments here at the academy. Miss E changed from teaching math to teaching physics. Mr. Westlake founded the Innovation Center, and Mr. Rome was tapped to switch from Spanish teacher to Dean of Students. Most surprisingly, only 7 of the original 17 administrators remain today. We have since added more positions and assistants to this number, yet have not yet seen a corresponding increase in enrollment, rather the opposite. Now, many of you are probably wondering how many faculty members have departed. Of the original 110 faculty and staff in 2015, only 64 remain. That means there's been a turnover rate of 42%. Some may say that all this faculty turnover is indicative of a withering academy and that this large rate of change is having a negative impact on the students. While I do agree that the absence of some teachers has been felt, many changes have been for the better. The ever-changing landscape of faculty and staff at STA has not had a negative impact on the class of 2019. In fact, I think the large amount of turnover at STA has pushed the class of 2019 to be welcoming and kind, with all of us hoping the new additions to the staff will grow to love the academy as much as we do. Nevertheless, don't forget that the composition of the faculty has changed greatly, and some positions have undergone more than one change in only 4 short years. Other personnel changes at STA include athletic coaching staffs. The football team has been through 3 head coaches in 4 years, yet the team has been the state runner-up twice in that same period. This year, Coach O'Brien's inaugural season went better than anyone expected. After having a record of 6-4 in 2016 and 6-5 in 2017, the cadets worked all summer and fall to have a nearly flawless season, finishing as the 2nd best football team in the state. Furthermore, basketball, lacrosse, tennis, track, Nordic, alpine, wrestling, baseball, soccer, and ultimate frisbee have all undergone head coaching staff changes. The only coaches to survive the 4 years with the class of 2019 are Mr. Barnes, Mr. Kinsley, and the Vanellis, which speaks to their ability to shape us boys into men. Despite all the coaching changes, the class of 2019 has put in countless off-season hours for all sports, embraced all new coaches, which has paid off in great successes for many teams. In addition to personnel, the class of 2019 has seen many other changes in our time here. We no longer rush towards the cafeteria after formation to buy cookies, and some say this is a travesty. I mostly agree. After all, it was the best thing Taher ever did. Traditions such as hard bod Fridays and bad park job days have all but faded away over the years. And Sing Day is now a thing of the past, but upperclassmen work even harder now to cultivate pride in those newcoming freshmen. As for creating respect for upperclassmen, we still need to find a new way if Sing Day remains a memory. More changes include assemblies have evolved from the cheeseball chick into B-blocks full of inspections. Colonel DePulio moved on after 17 years at the academy, and this year has been a major transition for the seniors to embrace and implement the new changes Colonel Hetherington has introduced. We transitioned from a dated elementary school style schedule to the current block schedule. While there have been growing pains, this is one change that most students are a fan of. Formation has transformed from raucous and rowdy gatherings with chants and cheers into mostly disciplined, formal assemblies. Slang has evolved from smeeg and obe into look at yourself and various tala chants and exclamations. Chants at sporting events have changed too. Chanting USA for some reason had to go away. Luckily, Fadsy's money remains a tradition for the Academy. All these changes may seem small and insignificant, but the fact is that many incremental changes have added up over a relatively short period of time to make the Academy a much different place. The St. Thomas Academy mission statement is to develop boys into men of character, but the identity of St. Thomas Academy goes much deeper than the 4 pillars and 4 core values that we memorize for BFI. STA is much more than an all-male, Catholic, college prep, military academy, which prides itself on faith, integrity, respect, and excellence. While all these things are great, I think what truly makes a school legendary are the small nuances that are perhaps more fragile than the aforementioned pillars. Many of these small details go unnoticed, and my fear is that the small yet essential details may disappear from tradition because they are not enumerated in the mission statement or list of values. The class of 2019 has founded our camaraderie and brotherhood in free time shenanigans, game day chants, inside jokes, sing day, conversations over cookies, and all the events we have been passionate about attending. I have no doubt that the classes of the future will forge bonds equally as strong, but the fact is that some of these traditions that our brotherhood was built around have disappeared. In conclusion, while in 2015 we may have had cookies and sing day, in 2019 we still have brotherhood, tradition, pride, and memories. St. Thomas Academy has changed a lot, but there are many aspects that should never be lost. I challenge all members of the STA community, students, faculty, staff, coaches, administrators, alumni, family, and friends to think about how any and all of the change to this institution will affect not only the posted mission statement and values, but also the character and subtleties that the Academy is so full of. Every one of you has an opinion, so make sure to be vocal about what you think is important and work to keep that aspect of the school or even expound upon it. St. Thomas Academy has tradition running back 134 years, and it would be foolish for us to forsake traditions and subtleties in order to conform with societal norms and expectations. St. Thomas Academy is different, and we should keep it that way. Thank you, and God bless.